the U23 watching today.
Good afternoon and welcome to the Football New South Wales Under-23 League One Women's Grand Final between St George FC and Hills United. Melissa Muscat bringing you live coverage. Yeah. Good afternoon and welcome to this Football New South Wales League One Women's Under-23s Grand Final match between Hills United and St George Football Club at Valentine Sports Park, Glenwood in Sydney's southwest. Melissa Muscat bringing you live coverage of what promises to be an enthralling spectacle between two clubs where strong rivalry has been built in recent seasons. Hills United finished the regular season in first place and on some amazing stats, while St George finished third. St George last week beat second place SD Raiders to make the grand final today, so the team is in fine form heading into this season-defining match. The referee for today's game is Lillian Hayes, and she is assisted by Grace Williams and Amelia Dimmick. Amber Morris is the fourth official. Hills United, in the predominantly yellow kit, led by head coach Paul Tassis, begins its starting lineup as follows. Number 20 and in goals, Alexis Tan. Number 18, Alana Patika. Number 19 and captain, Portia Berrios. Number 23, Kira Kalnane. Number 24, Sarah Malinovsky. Number 26, Isabel Pace. Number 27, Amy Mastop. Number 29, Ava Paulini. Number 31, Katia Fragale. Number 32, Hayley Reynolds. Number 37, Zaira Plabani. The substitutions for Hills United are number 10, Daniela Bice. Number 13, Helena Berridge. Number 21, Sienna Fleming. Number 22, Jamison Quinlan. Number 28, Elif Erdogan. And number 99, Sarah Easthope. St George, in the predominantly white kit with the red shorts, led by head coach James Drahalibas, begins its starting 11 as follows. As we get ready for kickoff, and then I'll continue the lineup. And that's kickoff here for Football New South Wales League One Women's Under-23s Grand Final match between Hills United and St George Football Club at Valentine Sports Park. Melissa Muscat bringing you live coverage this afternoon. The St George lineup. Number 21, and in goals, Millie Marcoux. Number 2, Joanna Minnis. Number 5, Amy Bennett. Number 19, Morgan Maxwell. Number 23, Maya Harris. Number 24, Eliza Mock. Number 25, Christine Krignac. Number 26, Sienna Borrell. Number 27, Lily Stark. Number 29, Maya Perdicaris. And number 75, Anna Araujo. The substitutions for St George are number 28, Hannah Kim. As we pause there, and St George get an early opportunity, but defended well by Hills. Substitutions, St George, number 28, Hannah Kim. Number 30, Cleo Gavanya. Number 31, Paris Alcorn. Number 32, Mia Fuller. Number 36, Demi Candalis. And number 60, Arabella Penfold. St George back with possession. So Hills United as a club has had a stellar season, gaining promotion to the NPL New South Wales Women's League next year for the very first time for the women's. First and foremost, we take this opportunity to congratulate Hills on the achievement. Early opportunity, but saved well there by the keeper. So that success for Hills is thanks also to the success of this under-23s team for its standing in the competition alongside the first grade team. And whilst Hills finished as premiers, a stat that will make today enticing is that Hills United has not beat this St George team all season. The two encounters were a 1-0 win to St George and then a 0-0 draw. Will that play a psychological advantage to St George? It could, but finishing a competition in first place should be enough to bring the confidence for Hills here this afternoon. Christina Krignac gets the ball to Maya Perdicaris. Intercepted by Kira Kalnane for Hills. St George now. Early domination. In the opening couple of minutes. throw-in to St George. And another throw-in to St George. Gorgeous conditions for football. In the grand final, no less. The sun is shining on this spring day. Beautiful ball, but perhaps a little too powerful. So that's cleared by Millie Marcoux. Lots of action at Valentine Sports Park. Quite a few finals being held here. Crowd in here in numbers and volume. What we love to see, support for our beautiful game in the State League. Throw into Amy Bennett. She gets it to Maxwell. And it'll be the first corner of the match. Maya Pertikaris stepping up to take the first corner. Pertikaris. Too high and too long. Unable to keep it in, so it'll be a turnover. Hills throw in. Headed back by St George. Lily Stark. Another quick throw in to St George FC. Alexis Tan, Hills United goalkeeper. I've been told is a youth Philippines international. Ball being chased there. Good opportunity. Fantastic save from Millie Marcoux. Remains calm under pressure. Bit of a tangle and foul goes the way of St George. Pertikaris having a chat with Joanna Minnis to see who will take this set piece. It is in fact Pertikaris. She gets quite a good ball through, headed, saved by Alexis Tan. Huge header there by Amy Bennett. Katia Fragali, but it's Sienna Borrell who gets there first for St George. But can't be kept in. Throw in to Hills. If you've just joined us, Hills United in the yellow and black kit and St George in the white and red. Captain Portia Berrios. She's looking for support. There is nobody there. But it will be a corner. Looks like it's Ava Paulini who will take this corner for Hills. Corner is in. Portia Berrios still chasing. Portia Berrios, she's wearing the red armband for Hills. Her head coach says she's been a sensational striker of the team for 3 years and finished top goal scorer of the league in 2025. She bagged herself 28 goals this year. That is incredible. She's captain of the team and has always played in League One. So next year will be her first year in NPL, which will be a big moment for Portia. And Paul hopes she gets some recognition in the competition next year that she deserves. We can't forget Ava Paulini. She incredibly finished the competition on 24 goals in second place. That's a huge 52 goals between both Ava and Portia. What a striking combination. Alana Patika finished in fourth place on 15 goals and Hayley Reynolds on 7. What is Hills United feeding those strikers over in the West? I'd like to know, because that's huge numbers in attack. The team scored, I think it was something incredible, like 101 goals in the season. So we have another corner coming up. Hills United inching closer to that St. George goal. Ava Paulini. The corner for Hills. It's a good one. Headed away by St. George. I was told by Paul Tassis that Ava Paulini has been given the nickname the Barton Park Perlo due to her skill, especially with that left boot. That's quite the compliment, Ava Paulini. St. George now on the attack. Ball is through down the left flank, but it's covered well by Zara Plabani. Headed away by Hills defence. Fragale. It's a ball for Portia Berrios, but it's covered by St. George at the back. Good take by Christine Crignac, but then defended by Hills. So I mentioned that last week St. George eliminated second place SD Raiders in the semi-final. The end result was 2-1. The top three positions in this competition ended very closely, with all three teams suffering only 3 losses all season. So this one I'm predicting might go down to the wire. Don't be surprised if we see a penalty shootout here at Valentine Park this afternoon. Maya Harris. Hills now down the right wing. Hills still going. Morgan Maxwell. Alana Patika couldn't get there, so it'll be a St. George throw-in. Headed away by St. George. Morgan Maxwell. And then stopped by Hayley Reynolds, but St. George still with the ball. So that'll now be a St. George throw-in. So in terms of goals conceded this year, Hills and St. George were the top 2 in the league. But what really separates these two teams is the goals for and against. Incredibly, Hills United scored 101 goals in the competition. St George 58, that's almost half. So St George conceded 22 goals, whilst Hills United only 9 goals all season. That is a sensational effort. So 22 goals against all season is still phenomenal, but it does indicate how tricky this Hills defence will be to crack. But St George has done it on one occasion this season, so not impossible. But that is the skill of this and talent and success of this Hills United team. A huge congratulations to Paul Tassis and the players. Berrios gets it to Patika. Speaking with St George head coach James Drahalivas, he said he knows today's game the team must be clinical against a statistically strong side. It must take chances and defend impeccably. And in the lead up to today's match, he said everyone was excited. And the aim is to send Joanna Minnis and Morgan Maxwell off with a win and a trophy, as this will be their last match. St George in a spot of bother, but it's cleared. So both Joanna Minnis and Morgan Maxwell, both of the players won the League One women's competition in 2023 against Hills. We congratulate Joanna and Morgan on successful careers and their contribution to football in New South Wales and wish them the best for whatever it is that they have planned. Hayley Reynolds. Pertikaris. Hills now back with possession temporarily. Pertikaris was there once again. Stopped in defence by Amy Mastop. St George, lots of possession early on for St George FC. The throw into Hills. St George looking for the long ball, but there's nobody there in attack. Just 3 Hills defenders. Ava Paulini gets the ball over, but it's too long for Portia Berrios. Sarah Malinowski, the ball goes back though. Isabel Pace. St George will get the throw in. Lots of support. St George FC. Someone's had to go collect the ball from over the fence, but we have another. Pertikaris gets it to Krignac. Bennett's chasing, but it'll be a St George throw-in. Bennett Just looking for where she's going to throw it to. Bit of a hole there. So they get another quick throw in. Another throw in to St. George. Again, Bennett looking for some support. No one coming up. Kicked away by Fragale. Gets it to Patika. Patika once again surrounded by St. George players, but she gets the ball through to Berrios. It was kicked away by the St. George defence. Alana Patika, strong ball, but too much for a goal kick. So, Paul Tassis is the head coach of this under-23s Hills United team. He is the son of Alan, first grade coach. He affectionately refers to his dad as Al, as he tries to separate the family connection from the football role. I did have to ask if it was his dad, and he said yes. He just tries to keep it separate. So Alan brought Paul over as an assistant, and he has been head coach of this team for 3 years now. Paul Tassis says he is blessed. He loves the association with this club. This is his first coaching gig and has won 2 premierships in 2 years. This is his second grand final in 3 years. The team won the first one with Paul as coach, and that's a lot of success in a short space. Anna Araujo now dribbling the Hills defenders. Still has possession, but Hills gets support. Ball goes out for a St. George throw-in. Ana Araujo, a Brazilian footballer who joined mid-season. She's a very strong player, according to her coach. James believes her technicality has proved the X factor in this team this year. She has 11 goals for the season. Through now for Alana Patika. Touch was a little heavy and it's cleared by St. George. Araujo can't keep the ball in, so Hills get the throw in. Fragale. Now taken back by Araujo for St. George. Eliza Mock. Play on. Berrios. Kira Kalnane. The strike. Fingertip over the bar. And the keeper. What a beautiful opportunity for Hills United. It was Ava Paulini. Millie Maku does very, very well there. At point blank range. Ava Paulini. It's a great corner, but headed over. Patika. Berrios. Minos is there in defense. Hills United throw in. Portia Berrios, she turns. Kira Culnane is there for St. George. But Christine Krignac clears it. Ava Paulini. Hills still with possession. Will now be a throw-in to St. George. Congratulations to Hills United in the previous game, who beat SD Raiders 3-1. Some of the juniors walking around with their medals proudly, as they should be. And that's now a throw-in to Hills. Turn by Eliza Mock. Hills defend, get back possession. Ava Paulini. Great ball. Hills still have possession. Fregale. Clearance by St. George once again, defending strongly. Hills with possession in defence. St. George throw-in. It was actually Sienna Borrell, who is known as Barton Park Polo for her skill. She's only 17, a very strong player, yet composed. She's one of the players who played first grade this year. She made her debut. The coach says she has quite an impressive left foot. And whilst it's gorgeous sun, there's also lots of glare. A bit tricky to see the numbers, but Portia Berrios. Tika. Fregale. Forced to go back in defence. Araujo gets a touch to the ball. That's a great turn by Anna Araujo. Eliza Mock is chasing, but Malinovsky gets there first for Hills. Seven minutes into this match, Hills United 0, St. George 0. The top two defensive teams in the competition. Joanna Minas turns over possession to Plabani. Araujo. Araujo for St. George. She'll get the throw in for her team. United conceding 9 goals all season. Incredible. St. George 22. So I don't think we'll see a really high-scoring game here. But I'm almost certain it'll be a close one. Good defending by Pertikaris for St. George. Kira Culnane for Hills, but can't keep the ball in. St. George throw-in. So James Drahalivas has been the St. George FC coach for 6 years. He's coached this team for 3. He loves his position and leading this group of players. Ana Araujo. Taken back by Hills. Kira Culnane. James Drahalivas says this is a great group of people and place to coach. St. George has a history of players who are teachers, and James is no exception. He's a teacher. He's my ex-colleague who works in the maths department. And when I asked what took James into coaching, he said, quite honestly, injuries. He couldn't play on himself, so he was happy to bring his skill and knowledge of the game as a leader, and a leader he is. This is James's first grand final with St. George, and he is excited for the occasion. Pre-season goal was to make the grand final. There was a team pact, and it was obviously a powerful one. As here they are today. Portia Berrios. The touch is too heavy. Millie Marcoux taking her time. St. George. Alana Patika now for Hills. Gets the ball through for Portia Berrios, who has pace. Portia Berrios. Nobody there to tap it in. Paul Tassis, head coach of Hills United, said there's always big rivalry between these two teams and clubs, and this fixture is always a big game. Two headers by Hills and St. George respectively. St. George throw-in. The wind has somewhat eased here at Valentine Sports Park. Ball over the top. But Sarah Malinowski is there to head it for Hills in defence. Trying to push the ball up now. Just lack of control goes out for a St. George throw-in. Opening 32 minutes of this match, you'd probably say it's St. George who had a little bit more composure. Sienna Borrell, Martin Park Pertolo. Kicked out by Hills, St. George throw-in. St. George, another throw-in. Opportunity now, but it goes out. Sarah Malinowski in defence for Hills, playing at centre back. The coach says has had huge growth this season. He believes she's been the biggest influence in defence. Sarah made her first grade debut for Hills this year. So she's obviously had a very strong season for her club. I'm sure she'd be hoping to get some game time in NPL New South Wales Women's next year. First grade. Portia Berrios, beautiful skill displayed. Couldn't quite place it where she needed to, though. Portia Berrios just giving a wave to a fan in the crowd, perhaps. Lana Patika. Solid defending once again by St. George. Sienna Borrell. Hills keep the ball in play. Both of these defences have been tight so far. Millie Marcoux controls it with her foot and then picks it up. Tika gets past Podakaris. Berrios. Can get it to Paulini. Let it go out and Hills will get the throw in. Headed back. Ana Araujo turns, does well. Oh, she does well to get past two Hills players before Plabani steps in. Portia Berrios chasing, trying to keep that ball in to get a cross in. She does. Portia Berrios, but Hayley Reynolds couldn't get to it. Had a goal scored behind us. Wonderful to see so many fans in the grandstand here this afternoon. Sydney Southwest, under gorgeous blue skies, enjoying the beautiful game. Millie Marcoux, the goal kick. Controlled by Katia Fragale. Fragale again. Gets the ball to Paulini, who goes back to Fragale. Finds Culnane. Berrios. I think it was slightly touched by Paulini, but not controlled. Alana Patika. And the touch is heavy for another goal kick. So success for Hills isn't limited to these under-23s team. First grade, 23s, 16s and 18s have all made the grand final. Those huge achievements combined resulting in Hills United being promoted to NPL New South Wales Women's next year. So Hills finished third on club championship last season with SD Raiders second. So to finish first this year was a proud achievement for everyone involved. Strong ball down the middle, but not strong enough to rattle Millie Marcoux. So Paul Tassis said the night when Hills received promotion into NPL New South Wales Women's against Central Coast Mariners, the vibe was electric. He said he has never been in an environment like it, even as a player. Hayley Reynolds. Now St George back with the possession. Eliza Mock to Anna Araujo. Malinowski there. Eliza Mock once again for St George. But now it's Kira Culnane who stops it for Hills. St George. They'll get a throw in. It's come off a Hills player. And another throw in. Lots of people in the crowd fetching the balls from over the fence. Thank you. Culnane. Hills now. Some open space. The ball to Alana Patika. But it goes out. Portia Berrios not able to run that far. 5 minutes left of regular time in this first half. I don't anticipate there'll be a lot of time added on. Opening 45 has been relatively clean from both sides. And the score remains Hills United 0, St George 0. As one would predict with the two best defensive sides in the competition all season. Oh, the ball turned over, but retrieved well by St George, but it's going to go out, so it'll be a Hills corner. Paulini lining up for the corner. Ava Paulini. It's placed well. Again, St George just such strong defending. They know they've done their homework. James Draholivas is a maths teacher, and he's definitely done his maths here for this afternoon's match. He told me this week they must be impeccable in defense and attack. St George, throw in. Ball threaded through. Fregali chasing, but couldn't get there. Bennett, throw in, calling for some of her players. Bennett goes again with the throw-in. She's going to go yet again. Can either of these teams break the deadlock? Only approximately 2 minutes left of this first half. So St George win a corner. Will be Maya Pertikaris stepping up to take it. Pertikaris headed back by Hills. Perdicaris, she's going to go again with the cross. It's a good one, but there's a player down. St. George player that needs to be tended to. But she's slowly getting up. Is it Ana Araujo? Some heavy strapping on the knee too, so hopefully the injury is okay. And yes, it's Ana Araujo, Brazilian footballer, playing at Button Park this year. Strong ball and hits Paulini on the way. Patika, back to Paulini. Alana Patika, she's taken down, and that's going to be a foul. Here's United now with a free kick. So Ava Paulini, can she score from here? She finished the competition on 24 goals. Second highest goal scorer for Hills. Ava Paulini with the set piece. Oh, it's a great strike! Ava Paulini! Take a bow! What a goal! Opening the scoring here of these under-23s League One Women's Grand Final. Wow! Ava Paulini! Hills United heading into the second half. A goal up. Absolute worldie there, scored by Ava Paulini. Millie Marcoux possibly touched it, but just too strong. She has lots of support here, Ava Paulini. Remarkable player, so she most definitely is an asset to her team. And if that's the only goal scored here this afternoon, it was definitely a memorable one. But let's see how we go. And that is halftime here at Valentine Sports Park, where Hills United have just taken the lead a couple of moments ago to go into a very comfortable position in the second half, leading St. George FC 1-0. It's been a relatively even game. Lots of possession by St. George as well. Lots of support in the crowd for both of these teams. We'll be back in approximately 15 minutes. Enjoy the break, and we'll see you when we're back. Welcome back to this second half of Football New South Wales League One Women's Under-23s Grand Final between Hills United FC and St George, where the score was 0-0 up until approximately the 43rd minute, where Ava Paulini scored an absolute screamer of a free kick, leaving Millie Marcoux with absolutely no chance. Given the defensive standings of these teams in the competition, the top two, it may well be the only goal we will see here this afternoon, but we will need to find out. St George were back on the field approximately 5 or 6 minutes ago, ready to go. They'll need an early goal, but the Hills defence is not going to be easy to break, conceding only 9 goals the entire season. And I know I've mentioned that a few times, but that is remarkable. 26 games, 9 goals conceded. And St George had the second best defensive record on 22, but that's quite a margin between the two teams. Gorgeous day here at Valentine Sports Park for a grand final, but it is very sunny and the glare's starting to hit. Struggling to see the numbers a little, but we'll do our best. The corner. Hills, Portia Berrios. Good defending there by St George, but that'll now be, what will it be? Be a goal kick. Hills back in defence. Zahra Plabani switches, but stopped by St George. And credit to St George, they've held up well in defence. There was going to be no stopping the power on that Paulini free kick. Bennett. She's forced to kick the ball out, so Hills will get the throw in. Portia Berrios, captain of this Hills team, 28 goals this season. Ava Paulini was on 24 and she's now on 25. Sensational. What a figure between the two of them and their goal scoring. It's virtually the same amount of goals that St George scored the whole season, just from two of the Hills players. So the future's looking bright for Hills United and NPL New South Wales Women's. I don't think they're there just to make up the numbers. Got some serious talent, not just in first grade, but in the 23s also. Ava Paulini taking another free kick. Might be a little far out for her to take the shot from here, but stranger things have happened. At the very least, she may be able to get a cross in. She does, but St George were there in numbers defending. Zahra Plabani. Sarah Malinovsky has it covered. Paulini. Lovely ball for Portia Berrios. The attacking combination of those two players. Scintillating. Ava Paulini goes again. But Amelia Marcoux saves well. Be a little bit rattled after that free kick from Paulini, but Amelia Marcoux is composed under pressure. Hills player just pushed off the ball. So free kick. Colnane lines it up for Paulini. Got a little confused with the Button Park Perlo because Ava Paulini sounds a bit like Paolo Maldini, the Italian legend, played for the national team. Paulini, Portia Berrios. Berrios is still going. Great defending there by Bennett for St. George. Hills United, corner. Ava Paulini gets a cross in. It's a good one, but it goes wide. Christina Kriniak. St. George with a throw-in. So when I spoke with Paul Tassis this week, head coach of Hills, I brought up the fact that Hills has not beat St. George this year in this under-23s competition. And if it plays on the team's mind, and he said previous results do not bother him or the team. He was confident coming out of those games, and he felt both the scores, a 1-0 defeat and 0 or draw, were a bit unlucky, but the performances were there. Eliza Mark surrounded by Hills jerseys, shutting her down. Anna Araujo. Hayley Reynolds to Paulini. Paulini kicks it straight into Pedikaris for St. George. Good clearance by Plabani. Portia Berrios looking up. Couldn't get it to Paulini. Amy Bennett now for St. George. She's got height in defence, Amy Bennett. St. George now. Eliza Mock goes herself. But it's taken cleanly by Alexis Tan, the Philippines Youth International, I'm told. Thanks to my trusty commentator, Eric Subahano. Also from the Philippines. Maya Harris couldn't control it, but she gets it back. Amy Mastop there in defence. Portia Berrios. Taken back well by Sienna Borrell. Paulini. Sienna Borrell for St George. Bennett. Kodakaris. But it goes out. United throw-in. Minas. Bennett. The ball's gone out. Portia Berrios. Tap back. May have taken a deflection, not sure, but ball stays in. So whilst possession was relatively even in the first half, it was Hills who dominated with 6 shots at goal to St George's 1. And that will now be a corner to St George FC. St George with the corner. Decent, but taken very cleanly by Alexis Tan. Berrios. Hands over possession, Ana Araujo. Great skill there by Araujo, but probably rushes the shot at goal. So St George FC will make a substitution. Coming onto the field is number 32, Mia Fuller. And she's going to replace number 25, Christina Krignac. Eliza Mock thought it was her, but it's not. Christine Krignac. Eliza Mock, striker for St George, has been in the team for 2 years and is the team's top goal scorer on 12 this season. She's also an ex-student of mine in my Year 7 music class. Hills now. Berrios. Isabel Pace. Bit of a collision, but it's a clean one and it's play on. Hayley Reynolds. Araujo now for St George. 2 Hill defenders there. As I was saying, Eliza Mock, she was in my Year 7 music class, and what stood out about Eliza was all the women's sports she wanted to talk about in music class. But I did love her. And it also, also stood out what a leader she was back then. So hopefully she knows that it's Miss Muscat commentating her game today. Well done, Eliza. Super proud of you. I think back then she asked me to send me some of her articles, which I did. She's always been a really keen sportswoman. Throw in now to St George. My Harris with the throw-in. Joanna Minas. Maya Pedikaris. Amy Bennett. Pedikaris once again. Controls well. Goes back to Borrell. Sienna Borrell gets a touch away. Headed by Milanovsky in defence for the Hills. It'll be a St. George throw-in. Bit of a scramble at the edge of the box, but Hills clear it. Portia Berrios turns. But too many St. George defenders there. Lily Stark. Pedikaris. Lots of singing support in the stands for Hills. St. George now. Hills take it back. Eliza Mock threads the ball through, and it's a good one. Before Hills take back possession. Maya Harris meets Paulini, but it'll be a Hills throw-in. 62 minutes into this match. Hills United 1, St. George FC 0. Portia Berrios. And that'll be a throw-in to Hills United. Pace to Berrios. Excellent defending by Sienna Borrell. Finds Eliza Mock before it's stopped by Hills' Kira Colnane. Cleared by St. George defence. Eliza Mock, the touch is a little heavy, and it's now back with Hills United. Amy Mastop. Bennett there. Now Zaira Plabani for St. George. This will be a throw-in to St. George FC. Long ball. Throw into Hills United. Mock heads it back. Pace is there. Now Anna Arajo. Anna. Excellent defending by Plabani. Oh, the ball just goes left. So that'll be a goal kick. Alexis Tan gets the ball to Berrios, but she can't keep it in. St George now with a quick throw in. Looking for a ball. Perhaps that one's gone over the fence as well. It's a good cross in from Lily Stark, but again taken by Alexis Tan. Hills with possession. Ball bounces favourably for Ana Araujo. But excellent defending there from Hills. It was Isabella Pace. Eliza Mock gets around Patika. Amy Bennett. Excellent work there from Amy Mastop for Hills. Now, Hills on the counter. Great ball through for Berrios, but the St George defence has it covered. Araujo. Touch just too heavy from Sienna Borrell. So St George FC will make a double substitution. Coming off the field is Ana Araujo. She's being replaced by number 28, Hannah Kim. St George now pushing up. The touch from Hannah Kim. First one, but not enough venom on that. Final 22 minutes of play. St George looking to pull out the big guns, putting some fresh legs on. Demi Candilis has come onto the field as well. Hills can't keep it in, so St George get another throw in. Maya Harris. But a Hills player has been fouled. Head coach James Johalibas told me this week that this St George squad has been mostly consistent from start to finish, with the exception of some youth players that were brought in. He's most happy with the significant improvement. Eliza Mock! Oh, it hits the woodwork! Stunning shot from Eliza Mock. Almost did an Ava Paulini in reverse. And James Johalibas is most happy with the significant improvement from last year, with this squad finishing 5th and missing out on finals football to 3rd this year, and 5 points ahead of 4th placed Marconi. said they were comfortable in that top 3. They didn't just scrape in. Good footwork there by Hannah Kim. But taken back, Portia Berrios. Snark. Haley Reynolds for Hills. Turned over. Haley Reynolds. Excellent work from Candilis. Pertikaris to Fuller. Thank you to my co-commentator David Feeney, who's just handed me a hat. You can see I'm struggling with the sun in my eyes. I'm not complaining. I do like to see the sun out. But yes, the glare definitely doesn't help to see our players in the numbers. Set piece now to Hills United. Ava Paulini, the first half goal scorer and the only goal scorer in this match, gets a cross in. Katika just miskicks it. It'll go out for a goal kick. Hills United now with the substitution. Coming onto the field is number 22, Jasmine Quinlan. She replaces number 23, Kira Colnane. Throw in to St. George. Headed by Hills. Ball now with Hayley Reynolds for Hills. Stopped by St. George defence. The ball will go out for a throw-in. And just on this farewell match for Joanna Minnis and Morgan Maxwell for St. George FC, James said he believes the experience of those two players in the 23s has boosted the team. And on the whole, everyone has done their job well. But Morgan Maxwell scored 9 goals for her team this season. Big kick there by Maya Harris for St. George. And now with Katia Fragale for Hills. Crosses to the right. St. George will get a throw-in. It's been a relatively even performance from both of these sides. Those players down, but nothing sinister there. St. George now, a bit ambitious, taking a shot at goal. But St. George looking for something in the final 15 minutes or so of this match, and they know that they'll need to score pretty quickly. Maya Harris. Straight into Jasmine Quinlan. St. George making another double substitution. They're getting serious now. Coming onto the field is number 31, Paris Alcorn, and number 30, Cleo Gavagna. Throwing everything they have at this Hills United side that has only conceded 9 goals all season. There's the mock. Change positions. Multi-talented, obviously. Stepping into defence now, and she's a striker. Some teamwork in defence from Hills. Lana Patika for Hills. Eliza Mock takes it back for St. George. The shot is blocked. Now with a big clearance from Isabel Pace. Headed by Amy Bennett. Portia Berrios. So today will be Portia Berrios' 100th appearance for the club. That's quite a significant one. Well done to Portia. Her contribution to Hills United. Ava Kira and Sarah Malinovsky's 50th game also. And Paul Tassis said the achievements of these players are heightened with the occasion that it falls on. And he told me that he believed that would be enough to lift all the players, and so far it has. Amy Mastop heads away for Hills. Now Jasmine Quinlan. Takes the ball through. For Hayley Reynolds. Hayley Reynolds. Tight defending by St. George once again. Berrios. That's saved by Millie Marcoux. Powerful header there by Sarah Malinovsky. Bennett chasing to keep the ball in for St. George. She does well. Cleo Gavagna. Eva Paulini. Headed away by Eliza Mock. Hills now. Can they find a second? Just lacking some precision from Reynolds. St. George throw in. And Hills look like it's about to make another change. Coming onto the field is number 13, Helena Berridge, and she will replace number 32, Hayley Reynolds. St. George to find an answer. The ball from Paulini just had too much power on that, so it'll be out for a goal kick to St. George. Jamison Quinlan now has the ball taken off her by Candilis. Eliza Mock now in the midfield. She's everywhere. Excellent touch by Paris Alcorn before it's kicked out by Hills. Hills player just perhaps cramping up. Teammates helping her out. 90% of this St. George team were juniors. So James Johalibas said that's something that the club is proud of, that they're able to retain their youth. It's like a bit more of a serious cramp, getting some medical attention and an opportunity for the players to get a quick drink. St. George aren't too interested in that though, they just want to get on with the game. Hills taking a breather. All right, back underway. Nine minutes left for St. George to score. Oh, Hills are going to continue their success all round this year. Cleo Gavanya. Before Zaira Plabani comes in and has a save for Hills United, Gavanya goes back to Maku. Candilis, Demi Candilis. And Mia Fuller is shut down by Hills. But St. George retain possession with the throw-in. Eliza Mock. Eliza Mock once again. She's able to get past Sarah Malinowski. St. George still with possession. Clearance by Mastop. And the ball is just too long for Portia Berrios. Say that St. George FC has won the throw-in count this match. Elena Berridge for Hills. Fancy footwork there. But taken back. Now, Hills once again with the ball. Berridge once again. Here she goes. Elena Berridge. Lots of pressure. Paris Alcorn does well to take the ball off Berridge. Portia Berrios chasing. But solid defending by Maya Harris. James Drahalibas very close to the action there. Calling out some instructions to his players. Revving them up for this final 5 minutes or so. Amy Bennett in defence for St. George. Gets the ball through Lily Stark. Quinlan for Hills. St. George now. Got a touch to it. Now, Amy Bennett, St. George. Shot is blocked. So St George with a throw-in. That'll be a goal kick to Hills United. Four minutes left. Maybe a minute or so of injury time with the cramp that we just had. Other than that, it's been a great game, but clean as well. Not sure we've had any yellow cards. Thankfully, no injuries. Quinlan finds Patika, but of a towering Candilis for St George. Paris Alcorn held back. So St George will get the free kick. And Hills United player receiving a yellow card there. I think that was Katia Fregale. So it's Cleo Gavagna. He's going to step up to take this free kick in the exact same position as the only goal scored by Ava Paulini. Cleo Gavagna not on target. United, a double substitution. Coming onto the field is number 21, Sienna Fleming, and number 28, Ela Erdigan. Almost certain I know that name, Ela Erdigan, from Bankstown City last year. Gavagna. Portia Berrios is fouled. So Hills now to get a free kick. Lights going on at Valentine Sports Park. Be sure to tune in for Football New South Wales League One's women's first grade grand final straight after. Should be another great game. Hills United featuring once again. Eliza Mock gets the ball for Paris Alcorn, but Isabel Pace excellent in defence today. Dying moments of this match. St George throwing everything to push this game into extra time. Berridge. St George get it back. Switch to Amy Bennett on the right, but she can't keep it in. Tan, and the fourth official has just indicated there will be an additional 5 minutes of this match. Definitely enough time for both of these teams to get a goal. Erdogan couldn't keep the ball in, so St. George with the throw-in. Headed out by Malinowski. So it looks like we're going to have, no, it's not a corner, it'll be a goal kick. Someone getting their shoelaces tied up. Sun going down, Alyssa Tan has taken her cap off. The dribble from Maya Harris. She has two Hills players on her. Lily Stark, long ball. Chased by Demi Candilis. Hills throw in. We have the cheer squad here of Hills ready to absolutely ignite with that full-time whistle if the score remains. Govanya. Portia Berrios. Will she score a goal in her 100th game? She's still with possession. She gets around Maya Harris. Controls the ball. Berridge. Nice turn from Berridge. But very well done to Paris Alcorn in defence for St. George under that type of pressure. Hills United now with a corner. And to take it is Jamison Quinlan. She goes short to Berrios. Alcorn not giving her an inch. And it'll be a throw-in. Helena Berridge finds Portia Berrios. Taking her time. Just playing with the St. George defence, isn't she? She's getting much enjoyment out of that. Berridge. And stopped by Lily Stark for St. George. She's again Portia Berrios, frustrating that St. George defence. And, well, she's done her job because St. George player has just received a yellow card. Throw into Hills. Got the fans on their feet. And that is full time here at Valentine Sports Park, where Hills United has U23 side. What an absolutely remarkable season from this team. Conceding 9 goals in the competition. Their top 2 goal scorers were also the top 2 goal scorers of the competition. Portia Berrios and today's goal scorer, Ava Paulini, with an absolute worldie of a free kick. And approximately the 43rd minute, you'll want to watch that on replay. If we look at the stats, it was a very dominant performance from Hills United. 11 shots to St. George's 6 and 5 on target for Hills, 2 to St. George. So, the success continues for Hills United as they enter promotion into Football New South Wales League One Women's in 2026. There is a game to follow this with Hills United in the grand final for first grade League One Women's, playing SD Raiders. Can they do the clean sweep? Be sure to tune in. But from Football New South Wales, thank you for a wonderful season to all our viewers. Another massive congratulations to Hills United FC on today's match and result. Winners 1-0 to St. George FC, but really a season like no other. Scoring 101 goals today makes it 102, and to concede 9 goals all season. Phenomenal. We wish Hills all the very best in promotion next year. To NPL New South Wales Women's, Melissa Muscat signing off. Thanks for joining us.